Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah,
Hey,
Terrence,
what's up?
and Tiara.
Hey.
All right, guys, we are back. This is episode 280, Black and Blue. This is the 2019 film. I'll give the log line here. A rookie New Orleans police officer is forced to balance her identity as a black woman after she witnesses two corrupt cops committing murder. This is directed by Dion Taylor. It stars Naomi Harris, Tyrese Gibson, and Frank Grillo. I don't think any of us have seen this before this recording, or before we chose to do this movie. I will go to Micah first, who is the biggest Tyrese fan on the podcast. So, what did you think of this movie?
I wasn't expecting too much. I went in with very low expectations, and they were met. This is a perfect little TNT movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is of the last two movies that I've seen that dealt with the police killing a black person for no reason. This one's better. It's they both throw subtlety off a cliff, and but I was a little more. I wasn't bored watching this. I wasn't bored watching either one, but I wasn't mad watching this. Right, like it was fine. It was fine. It. There's a new phrase. Not a new phrase, but there's a phrase that a portmanteau that everyone likes to use now whenever a police officer is in any type of media. It's called propaganda, because usually people portray police in a very, very positive light, and that's not this at all. So if you want the opposite of propaganda, that's what this is. But yeah, if it's on, you can watch it. Or don't. I don't really give a shit.
That's a wild review. That's a wild review. If it's on, you could watch it. Like, right.
You have the option.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if your TV is stuck and you can't change the channel, like
if you're waiting for something else to come on, or you only got a few minutes before you're about to head out, you can throw this on real quick. Naomi Harris is really good in it. Naomi Harris, I really like Naomi Harris. I think she is elevating this material, right? And
it's on the ground. It's on the ground.
She's picking it up off the ground, right? But it's there, right? And Tyrese, he's fine. Frank Grillo plays every Frank Grillo character ever, right? Yeah. And the most ridiculous thing is Mike Colter as a gangster. And look, man, I don't have any beef with Mike Colter. I really, really don't. But he's Morris Chestnut without the swag, yo. And I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Wrong. It's not wrong. You're not wrong.
What am I supposed to do with that? He's super. He feels like he's out of his element.
Remember that commercial? I think it was a Sprite commercial. I don't know what the hell it was. With the commercial with the three niggas on the basketball court back in the 90s.
No, I mean that's like
it's
third.
It was three dudes on the basketball court, and they was acting all hard. And then when the director yells "cut," the guys like, "What's my?" They act like thespians.
Oh yes, yeah. I do remember
commercial. That's what this nigga seems like.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah. That and the nigga in the beginning of damn it, my brain is fucked up right now. Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
That's Mike Coulter, yo.
Oh, when he gets
that's Mike Coulter.
Or no, not that guy. But
That dude gets shot.
Yeah. I'm I
like
agree.
The dude from the Mac. You know what I mean? Like he was a classically trained actor.
No,
playing
Superfly.
a pimp.
Superfly, you mean?
Both of them.
Wait, is it the Mac or Superfly?
Yeah, Superfly. The dude.
It honestly might be both.
Yeah,
I think it's both of them.
Max Julius.
Yeah, Max Julius was like the guy from Superfly was definitely like a thespian actor, which is wild to rewatch.
No, Max Julius is the Mac.
Yeah, but whatever the dude's name is from Superfly was also like a hardcore thespian. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, Tiara, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, same. I actually thought I saw this, but I thought I saw it on a plane, and I started watching. I was like, okay, like it didn't feel familiar to me, and I was thinking like, has Frank Grillo ever played a good guy in any movie he's been in?
I think he was a good guy in one of the Purge movies. Like he was like a Punisher type dude, like helping a family out. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
But he's still playing the same heavily armed, military adjacent white man with a chip on his shoulder. So a Frank Grillo character.
Who may or may not be Italian, I guess, in these movies.
I don't know. I look forward to his role in the DC universe where he'll play a military adjacent person, heavily armed. Like, it's the role he's playing.
The movie was fine. I mean, when I was like kind of doing stuff while I was on, so it's that kind of movie. I actually like Tyrese in movies, and I wish he would like stop making me.
That's a wild opinion, but go ahead.
Like, I don't know, like when I see Tyrese movies, he doesn't really bother me. So because I just expect him to be funny, but he really wasn't funny in this. I think like if we're connecting something like this to the real world, it's about like who has, I guess who's going to check the police state. I guess if you have cops just out here wilding, executing folks, things like that. Mike Coulter, there's one scene in this where Mike Coulter looks like a fit version of Dr. Umar. I think it's
again another wild statement.
He was beating up someone, and his face is like, they had like a slow shot where he's like clearly about to come back into the room, and his face is like, ooh.
No, that scene where he walked around, that shit was so super weird. Yo.
The fuck is the point?
It's like, why are you doing
fronts? Like, okay, yes, take your Halloween costume off, bro. Like
he had this weird ass like I'm hard gate walking around. I'm like, all right, yo, all right.
Look, I have said this on many occasions on our other shows. He's not niggerish enough for me, yo. Like, it's just weird. Like, stop playing those roles. It's just weird. I like Mike Coulter fine. Just stop playing those roles. It's weird, yo.
Yeah, it's just,
and that's the race. By the way, that's a little bit of the racism of Hollywood. They keep giving him those roles. Like, come on, man. This is clearly not him. He should be a banker or
give him the role.
A banker, like something. I don't know.
What was the movie? Girls Trip, where he played Regina Hall's husband.
Yeah,
and they were acting
like that's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's him.
Successful.
I haven't watched this show where he evil or whatever. But like, don't give him these roles. He's supposed to act tough. It's just it took me out of the movie, and I wasn't paying that much attention anyway.
It don't work. It's like hiring me. It wouldn't work. Like, it just wouldn't work. I know what I should play a banker. That's who I should be. Same thing.
The movie it's fine. Naomi Harris is great. There was some decision making at the beginning. I was like, girl, why would you think call and dispatch would? You think no one would? Cool. All right. Well, have faith in the system, I guess. But I would take this over Duplicity any day. I would rewatch this forever over Duplicity any day.
I think that's a very fair assessment. Terrence, your thoughts?
It's fine. That's it. Like, not again, like everyone else. Again, it's a TNT movie. It's fine. Naomi Harris is great. It was a little heavy-handed. The ending, like, I don't think that's how that would work.
No.
It tried its best to be like Training Day at the end. Again, this is the second week in a row. I'm like, what is going on with this Training Day? These Training Day beats. Come on. You can't do that. That's a perfect movie. Stop it.
Oh, let's throw her in the bathtub. I was like, you don't have the skills for the scene.
Like?
You don't have it. Like, you don't. Right.
Yeah, nah, you don't. Yeah, Mike Coulter, I couldn't take that nigga seriously. I just couldn't.
Joke.
I couldn't. I'm just like, yo, this is silly.
I'm gonna start walking around corners in a very similar way, like just in my own personal.
Yo came in with the what's the dude from the Four Brothers?
Oh, Chiwetel.
What's his name? Chiwetel Ejiofor. I can't remember what the name. It was something Sweets with the jacket.
Yeah.
When he first pulled up in like the fur, the leather jacket with the fur on it, I'm like, yo, this looks ridiculous. Nigga. I'm not afraid.
Also starring Tyrese. He was good in that movie.
And Chiwetel Ejiofor is a posh ass English.
Yeah, that nigga.
And he played. And
that
he
nigga
played
was terrifying in that.
You're right. He was
eat
scary,
the food,
bro.
Eat the food next to your man. Go down there, eat the food. I was like,
is Mike Coulter British?
Wildly disrespectful. What's that?
No,
is Mike Coulter
British?
No,
he's just American.
Yeah.
He's a regular ass nigga. He's from somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah, man. I don't really have much to say. I don't like cops.
Yeah, that really
I
gets
feel like
real.
I feel like all cops are like this, except for Naomi Harris's character.
But what if
and when they
cops are
try to
black
be
women?
Naomi Harris's character, when they try to be, no.
I feel like all cops are Reed Scott's character, her partner in the beginning. I feel like all cops are his character, who kind of go along to get along.
Yeah, that's probably.
But
you don't want to be a rat,
right? But like,
even when you know shit is fucked up,
right?
Yeah. Okay, so my quick thoughts on this, and we can get started. I thought it was very mediocre. I assumed that it would be from the trailer. I appreciate that somehow it does a better, more respectful job about, being shot by police, black people being gunned down by police for no fucking reason. Much better than Duplicity. The plot is paper fucking thin, but somehow like decently entertaining. And I use the word decently like very loosely here. But then I looked at who the director is, and he directed 2 movies we've already done. Fatal and The Intruder, which are 2 movies that while I don't love them, I kind of love them. So especially The Intruder. The Intruder was fucking wild. Yeah, this movie's fine. The Intruder is the one with Megan Good and what's it, Dennis Quaid and Michael Ealy.
Is the one with
Hilary Swank.
Michael Ealy and Hilary Swank.
Yeah. So yeah, look, this movie is mediocre at best. Again, Frank Grillo is playing Frank Grillo as he usually does. Tyrese, I actually was not bothered by him. I don't think he had that much to do. But his character didn't bother me at all. I thought he was totally serviceable. The only thing that bothered me about his character was the fact that he had that like early Anthony Hamilton beard, which was really bothersome to me. Like before Anthony Hamilton bought a bevel and like shaved his face properly. Just like bugged the shit out of me.
There's a movie called 1992 that you need to look at, like a clip from.
Does he have the same
came
beard?
out like this year. It's worse.
Bro, come on, man.
Like,
get a derma roller. Just get a derma roller.
No, I think they just put it on his face. Like hair and makeup did this.
I've never seen Tyrese with facial hair before this movie. He's always been clean shaven.
Yeah, normally he is.
Like
maybe this is why.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you should probably stick to that. Yeah, so I thought everybody was fine. Naomi Harris, to Micah's point, she's elevating the script, but raising the script up off the ground 5 inches isn't necessarily that impressive in absolute numbers. But and it's not her fault. Like the script is it's okay. It's just not that great. So okay. but it did do a better job at dealing with this shit than the last movie. I will say this. I agree. The trying to make this like Training Day. Really, there's a lot of moments I'm like, please don't try to make the King Kong ain't got nothing on me speech at the end, Frank Grillo. I need you to never try to do that. Luckily, they decided not to. But there's so much of that. It is really ham-fisted in a lot of ways. But the point gets across, right? However clunky it falls over the finish line, it does get there. So, yeah, it's okay. Like you guys said, it's a TNT movie. It's a solid folding laundry film for me. So there you go. All right. So the actual movie in and of itself. So the film starts off. By the way, here's another criticism I quickly have. For a movie set in New Orleans, there's nothing New Orleans about this movie. You know what I mean? Like New Orleans is
they
such
showed the Superdome at the end.
Right.
And then
the graveyard.
It wasn't until he was like, Katrina wiped this place out. I was like, oh, this is a New
Orleans. Right. That's in New Orleans. Right. Like New Orleans is such a unique city. And when it's normally featured in movies, there is a vibe about the city that kind of permeates the whole script. There's none of that. Like
it should look like Detroit.
Yeah, like, it could have been. I wouldn't be surprised if it was filmed somewhere completely different. To be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just was weird. Okay, so the movie opens up. Naomi Harris's character. She is a cop, by the way. She plays Alicia West, and she is out jogging, much like the beginning of Duplicity, incidentally. She is out jogging, and she's got her headphones on, and these two white cops pull up on her, and they are like, what are you doing in our neighborhood? And they just slam her up against a fence, like I you fit the description, blah, 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 blah. And then, they take her wallet, and the other cop is like, oh, she's blue, she's a cop. And they're like, oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. You know how it is. What? The fuck you mean I know how it is? Get the fuck out of here.
Like, what description did I fit?
Yeah, I need people to ask that question a lot more often.
Like, what was the description? A black woman running?
Yes. Right. Anywhere between a 5 foot
she
and
had a hoodie
6.5 foot black woman.
Like right, black, 5'6", dangerous. What?
Yeah, very weird. So yeah, they just basically start the movie off basically saying, hey, look, you're gonna get treated like shit by cops, no matter what, and then maybe there's a slight difference if you are a cop. Again, very heavy-handed, I guess. So she continues jogging after being pulled over by the police to a local New Orleans-style cemetery. And she goes to see her mother's grave, Thelma West, and she takes some dead flowers off, and she puts some fresh flowers in, and that's the end of that. She doesn't talk to her mother or anything. I just thought that was very weird. Like she could have just gone to a Starbucks for all I care for the relevance of this scene.
Yeah,
it didn't mean anything.
No point. There really was no point. Like
right.
No payoff.
Like even if it was something like loving mother died in the line of duty or something like that, like, oh, her mom was a cop or something like that. No, just loving mother. Okay. We'll see you at the end, I guess. Like, I don't really understand what she don't even have a kid. Like, there's no connection whatsoever to this wall that she's standing next to. We meet her.
This is recent because this is not 20. This movie came out in 2019, so her mother just died.
Just died. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they didn't even have a flashback. Like, I think you're gonna make a great cop, but make sure you keep your blackness. And then she dies, and then okay, then that's the connection. And nothing. Then you have a Big Mama scene, like Big Mama, your arm, right? Like nothing. It was very weird to me. So then we meet her. She's at the station, getting ready to start her shift. And we meet her partner, Kevin, played by Reed Scott, and they establish they both have to wear body cameras and everything else, and they're relatively close, and they have kind of a light, kind of fun relationship. So you're like, oh, I guess Kevin is fine. And so they're driving by a bit of a rougher neighborhood, and he's like, "Look, man, we won't even come down here if they call unless a cop is in trouble. Like, fuck these people." And of course, Naomi Harris is like new to the force, by the way. She's a former military vet. She was in Afghanistan, I believe, which I guess they use as an explanation why she's kicking the shit out of everybody that she takes on. They're 10 times her size. So they end up pulling up to like a convenience store, and she's sitting in the car while her partner goes in to get a coffee. And the guy inside is like, "Hey man, are you guys here about that call I made?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, I called you guys like 24 hours ago about a break-in." He's like, "Oh, okay, what happened?" And he's like, never mind. Don't even fucking worry about it. Niggas already robbed me. Who cares? Because the cops don't do shit. And you see on the TV that 6 cops got recently busted for stealing evidence and filing false police reports and doing extortion. And so the local police department that they're from is trying to crack down on this, which is weird because they're just cracking down on what police officers always do. So I just thought that was interesting. Why put it extortion or making up shit? Crazy.
Yeah, you got to cover your crimes up, guys.
Pretend like you care. I mean, I get it. So Alicia sees this little boy with the freshest fucking shape up ever. She sees him sitting outside of the convenience store with a skateboard, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that like weird shit cops do. Like, I'm gonna try to be cool. I'm gonna try to be fucking officer friendly with kids as I come and ruin their neighborhoods."
Yeah, it's kind of weird, Like, I'm gonna go play basketball with the local youth, like in uniform. I don't want to be a
go do your fucking job.
Right. Get away the fuck out of here, bro.
I don't like that shit at all. Like I don't think
it's
this shit is
weird
funny.
because you're using me as a prop, yo.
Yeah,
don't use me as a prop.
Can we film this? Fuck off. Like no.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, hey, we're all friends. Like, nigga, you shot my uncle 6 weeks ago. Shut up. Get out of here.
Did y'all have cops come to your like schools and wouldn't be like, "Hey, kids"?
Yeah, officer friendly. You didn't have officer friendly by the time you got to high school in 2006 or whatever?
High school?
They stopped.
No motherfucking
it was like, I guess elementary, middle school.
Not
high school, elementary school.
Elementary school. But
by that time, I had already been harassed by the cops several times.
Officer friendly? This nigga's not even a real cop.
We had army recruiters in high school. We had cops in elementary school.
Yeah, they trying to get your ass shot in a different country. Thanks. Right. Speaking of the army, did you guys find the music in the beginning of this movie a bit weird? Like, I die for America. Like, I'm fighting wars for America. I was like, this feels a little odd in 2025. Listening to this,
I wasn't even paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention to all that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did, and I was like, I would die for America. I'm like, why?
No.
Like, for real? You sure? Nah, I'm good.
I'm to buy con días to Mexico before I would die for this place.
Look, my daughter could always use a babysitter. You can come on down here. I'll pay you in pesos. 25 cents a day. That's expensive. So she's talking to this little boy, and the little boy's mother walks up, and she was like, get the fuck in the car. She's like yelling at her kid, which I don't like. That really bothers me personally. I just cannot stand when people
yell at your kids in private.
Yeah, like a regular person. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't embarrass us. And so she apparently rolls with this woman who actually was friends with Alicia, even though she pretends that she wasn't, Missy. She clearly rolls with this like crew of gangsters or whatever. These motherfuckers talk to cops like they ain't shit, which I respected, but also I was like.
Be careful, but
be careful. Like
they're right.
They're like, what the fuck you want, cop? I'm like,
can I go? All right, then. I was like, all right. Careful, girl.
Yeah, it was like, I feel like they were just like putting the finger on the forehead, like, get the fuck out of here type of shit. I was like, that's how niggas get shot. Like, don't do that. I'm rooting for y'all, even though you're drug dealers. So she's like, oh, I'm your friend, Alicia. She was like, I don't know you. And then she just like fucking walks off. So all the drug dealers, they get in their fancy trucks and they drive away. We also meet Tyrese, rocking his Anthony Hamilton beard, and she also knows him as well. What's his name? Mouse?
Yeah, Mouse Jackson.
Mouse Jackson. Solid Christian name. And
Milo is his given name, but
I don't believe you. But so his mama named him Mouse. So he's like, oh, she's like, oh, you remember me from school? He's like, yeah, I remember who you are. Like, yeah, you've been gone for like 10 years. Like, get fucked, basically. And then the white cop steals coffee and like a donut out of the store.
That's when I knew, all right, well, this nigga can't be trusted. Like, he just stole that shit.
Cops eat for free. No, they don't. Pay your fair share. Like, knock it off. Pay your taxes.
You ever seen a cop going to a 7-Eleven and get shit for free?
If a cop walks into a 7-Eleven and I'm in a 7-Eleven, I'll walk out. So, like, I wouldn't. I'm not there long enough to know. No. I mean, people say that's a thing. I don't know how much of a thing.
No, I've seen it. That's
why show people do it. Yeah. You got to pay the protection rack.
I'd be like, yo, can you?
I mean, that's literally what it is. It's literally
what it is, yo. It is.
It'd be a shame if somebody came in here and fucked up all your 7-year-old hot dogs. Like,
the crews would be in the fucking parking lot, and they go in there.
If there was no cops around to help doing a robbery, pay protection tax.
Yeah, that is. When you say it like that, that's really fucked up, and it's absolutely accurate. Bro. Like, it is.
It's a fucking mafia, yo.
I'm sure there might be a cop in our comments.
The biggest gang.
You don't
in America,
know what it's like to be a cop on the streets. You're right. I don't. I didn't choose that job. I didn't choose that job. You did. I didn't choose that job. Nigga, you weren't born a cop. Like, no, you weren't. You're not Irish. They have to be cop. The way it works. That's fucked up, but they did kind of do that after slavery. Fucked up. So basically they're supposed to work. Somebody needs to work a double shift, and Kevin, he can't do it because he's trying to make sexy time with his wife, and so they're like, Alicia's like, oh, I'll take the double shift. So they send her downstairs to work with, I guess, the unit that is responsible for all of the corruption. Because these niggas look like corrupt cops, like all of them. All their faces just look corrupt as shit.
I mean, they're narcs, and as we all know as we all know from the Midway game, narc, those motherfuckers just do whatever they want.
The Midway
people and take drugs.
They pull up in a Lamborghini and just start blowing niggas away. It's weird.
A fucking old Porsche with the
the Porsche. Yeah.
Just with like a Tech 9.
And just start shooting niggas.
Nigga, how that game was out in the arcades is crazy to me. The 80s and 90s were wild. So she joins up with this other dude who's a cop, this black guy. He goes,
this nigga Brown. Looks like a cross between Bill Duke and that dude from that Tyler Perry movie. I thought
yes.
I thought it was one of the Wood brothers.
Oh yeah, Wood Harris's brother.
Yeah.
Wood Harris, the Harris brothers. Yeah, the Wood Harris. What's the other one?
Oh, he's the one who she tried to drown in the tub in the first Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah. I thought it was him at first. I'm like, no, that's not him. Okay.
But he does look like Bill Duke too. Like that is an absolutely correct assumption.
I don't think I've seen this dude before.
No, I haven't either. James Moses Black, who was playing a character named Brown. Ironic. This is funny. So Officer Brown and Officer West, they pull up to a confrontation outside of a club or some shit, and these two dudes are fighting. She pulls the one guy up who was in the middle of the shit, and the other dude starts sneaking around again in a very Mike Halter around the corner type of move. He's like, moving through the crowd like a snake man. And luckily, just as he was about to, I guess, shoot the other guy or the cop, Brown comes out, grabs
in front of a cop. I'm like,
a very odd choice. A very odd choice.
I was like, what was he gonna do?
Two cops in a crowd of people.
Right. Everybody sees your face. Everybody, and again, the cops are right there.
Like,
he's like, you're going to die if you do that. They're going to kill you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you guys are arguing over getting into a club. Is it really worth it? So Brown pulls a gun on him after he repeatedly slams this guy on the hood of the car, which.
But here's the thing: I hate police officers, but my nigga, like, you was about to shoot her. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
hey,
like,
man, look,
I was
you
gonna
deserve
ask
to get
y'all.
your ass kicked.
Yeah, like I don't really feel that bad.
Was this excessive or was it?
No, because if he would have shot her, he was going to die.
If he knew that guy had a gun, then yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But here's the thing:
subdue the motherfucker,
right? Like, but in the whole confrontation, he's like slamming him. You know what's gonna happen to you? You know who I am. All that. Why you take the gun out of his waist? Like, why are you waiting until she's like, "Don't do it, Brown. Don't do it. It's not worth it." And he's like, "Gun." But like, why don't you just disarm the nigga like immediately after you grabbed him, slammed him on the neck? Just disarm him. I mean, I get it because movie. I mean, but like, it was just odd.
I mean, I guess then yes, it is excessive that he didn't just disarm the guy right then and there before.
Right,
putting his head in the car, but at the same time, right? Like, this nigga was about to shoot. This nigga was so brazen. He was about to shoot a guy that's pinned down, and a cop was pinning the dude. Like, this dude is crazy, yo.
Yeah, like Brown says he was, he had this gun for you, and I was like, I don't think he was going to shoot her. I think he was going to shoot the guy he's actually mad at, which is also brazen. Again, he's pinned up against the wall by a cop. If anything, he's just going to deafen the cop and then get shot by Brown in the back. And probably 9 other bystanders will also get shot because they're standing right there. So yeah, it was really weird. So then in a diner, because that's where cops are, I'm sure they got a couple of good donuts. Brown delivers the speech of the movie, which is, "You think you black? You ain't black. You blue. And that's all that matter." It was like, okay. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, but this is a real fucked up mentality to have, man.
They're not wrong. He's not exactly wrong, but it is an incredibly fucked up mentality to have.
Because and this is why, like, you lose all your humanity, you lose all your identity. Like, and I get it. That's the point, right? Like, they want you to only think about. They want you to only think about your fellow officer instead of doing what the job description, what it says on the fucking car, bro, to protect and serve. I guess they need to, the public, right? They need to add that part, not. Do
their cars even say that anymore?
They say it in this movie. They say it in this movie. So if they say it in this movie, like, and you're right, I don't think they do say it anymore. Because
didn't the LA one say like
false advertising?
We treat you like a king or some shit like that, like back in the day? Wasn't it something like wild like that?
What?
Yeah,
I think you're making shit up.
No, I'm not.
Joe.
The phrase, no.
Huh?
The phrase. No, that's I'm not making this up. The phrase "LAPD, we treat you like a king" has become controversial due to its potential association with the Rodney King beating incident.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh,
yes.
Yo, come on.
Yeah. Yo, come on, bro.
Yeah,
that's what they were
saying.
There's no way that shit was on the cars. Yo. That's not possible, man.
Let me see if I can find the image. It's fucking.
Maybe they were just saying that to be assholes.
No, but that was before. That was before the King shooting or the King beating. I'm pretty sure.
We got to hurry up and get this shit over here.
I thought the statement was actually before. Oh, or maybe it was afterwards. Never mind.
Nigga, if it was afterwards, that is.
Oh no, it is. No, I'm sorry. It is mocking the reference of that. But yeah, there was LAPD cops wearing the T-shirt.
Again,
like
why are cops?
It's not okay to say all cops are bastards. Why not? Why not? Are you sure?
Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna need justification as to why I shouldn't say that. It's fucked up. So yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I love that those cops got away with it. Like, that's unbelievable. And white people are like, no, it seemed justified. He just wouldn't stop getting up, so we just kept beating him. Okay. Things change very slowly. So they go off to some area or whatever. And Brown is like, I got to go see a CI, which I think is just like kind of like a snitch, right? And I'll be right back. And she's about to get out the car, and he's like, no, you sit your ass in the car. I got real police business to do. And so he goes into this like warehouse type of shit. There's a dude doing a straight up drug deal right in front of her, and she gets out. She's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And the guy was like, oh shit, my bad. And just runs off. I guess he didn't see the police car behind him.
I think he was trying to steal that car.
Oh, was he?
That's Frank Grillo's car.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And no one was in it.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. So just as she walks up to the car to check it out, she hears two shots coming from the building that Officer Brown walked into. So Alicia Murphy walks into this abandoned warehouse and hopes not to get shot by many, many bad guys in order to become a RoboCop later on in the movie. She witnesses Frank Grillo's character just straight shoot a black dude in the fucking forehead, and then put a bunch of other fucking bullets in him. And then they turn around and they're like, hey, didn't we say to stay in the car? And the one cop who looks like the most corrupt cop I've ever fucking seen, that white cop, is just like, oh, word? And he just starts fucking shooting her in the chest. I was like, yeah, that guy seems pretty corrupt.
Yeah, this guy's name is Bo Knapp, and he looks like a racist.
Yeah, no, he does. Like in this movie, like I don't know the guy personally, but in this movie, a perfect casting. Okay, no notes. Every time he shows up, I'm like, yeah,
he's from LA. I figured he'd be from like Staten Island or some shit. Thus, he gave me like racist New York vibes.
Yeah.
But he's from LA.
He can still be from here and still be racist. Perfect.
No, I'm saying like, but it's just his accent and everything. I'm just like, where's this dude from?
Yeah,
not New Orleans.
He was bald racist.
Yeah, there's nobody with a Cajun accent in this movie at all.
Yeah, nobody sounds like James Carville in this movie. I was very upset by that. You need somebody with a thick ass, like, look, New Orleans isn't exactly a transient city, so I expected someone to, sound like James Carville.
Yeah. Nobody said crawdad one time.
Well, we need fucking Republicans and they're fucking assholes. Like, all right.
He's such an angry old man. When's the last time you think Trump saw his own dick? It's like, Jesus Christ. That's an actual quote from Jim Turtle. Wow, because he's so goddamn fat. He's such an angry. So they put like 5 bullets in her. They all hit her vest. I think she gets one through the vest, and she gets hit. And she fucking disappears. Like, show enough in the factory.
Yeah, she gets shot, and then she falls through the floor.
Yep.
Into a pile of garbage, but like that's still, that's a fall.
All them shots didn't hit the body cam. Like, Jesus, bro.
Yeah, they're not the best shooters in the movie.
Right.
She
had a body cam on
it, yo. Like, aim for the red light.
Fair enough. Last stormtrooper behavior. So she gets away. She tries to call dispatch, and she's like, "Oh, I've been shot." And she tries to give some like code or whatever, probably like the cop's a bad code or whatever. I'm not a cop. And Frank Grillo gets on the transmission basically and was like, no, we got our new rookie cop. She got freaked out. She killed somebody, and don't worry about it. I got it. So they're like, okay, you got it, Frank. We'll see you later. And then as she's trying to leave, immediately Joey, corrupt cop from should be from Staten Island, as Terrence said, immediately sees her and he just starts fucking firing off shots. Like this guy is just reckless as fuck.
You're right, TR. This doesn't really make a lot of sense for her to call dispatch on the radio because like they're all cops. They're probably all on the radio. They're probably all on the same channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, literally to that point, that's how she finds out about another cop is out to get her. Like it's the same fucking transmission. Nobody changed the channel and shit. Like,
and you know, I think something else that I was thinking was like, was she so naive that she honestly thought that other cops would not be in on this, especially considering how untouchable the narc seemed? Or
I think she thought. I think she thought it was. I think she mistaken military brotherhood for police brotherhood. You know what I mean?
There's a large difference. There's a huge difference.
There's a huge difference.
At least fucking military was like, yo, you don't just shoot people because. I mean, yeah, they drop like, they use drones and shit to, to drop on innocent folks. But they be in like little, like trailers and shit with all that. They don't be on the field.
Yeah, 5,000 miles away. Fucking they doing it. But I do think there is a difference in sort of that military connection from soldier to soldier versus cop to cop. Though there is plenty of like factions inside the military too, right? Like racial factions and shit like that too. But I think, and I wish they had kind of, with a stronger script, they would have delved into that a little bit more, right? Like having, if you've got a connection with another soldier, like that person is looking out for you, like kind of no matter what type of shit. And I mean, there's a reason why a lot of military people go into law enforcement because it feels like a 1-to-1. But I think there is kind of a profound difference in that regard. So, but look, if you were in the military and now you're a cop and you disagree, feel free to correct me in the comments. I'm not going to read it, but feel free. I'll probably read it. So they're chasing her through the streets and they're just shooting at this black woman in a police uniform. And somehow that is just completely A-okay in fucking broad daylight. Like, fuck it, who cares? They would just start aiming. And eventually they all get together. Bill Duke and Frank Grillo and
the character's name is Deacon Brown, which goes to show you that you cannot trust a dark-skinned man named Deacon.
Agreed.
So she's being chased around and she's going from house to house, and the residents are like, what you doing here? Like, I need help. I need help.
You can't sit here. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
No. You helping a cop running up to your door?
You bringing
with your bloody hands? I need help.
Look, I'm sorry.
Bringing this to my door.
You're not helping, TR?
It looks like she's having a really, really hard day.
That's a black woman. You just gonna let shit rock?
I have a dog.
What kind of response is that? What kind of response is that?
I have a dog. She may start barking.
I need help. I'm sorry. I have a dog.
What?
Like, I don't need cops, chasing her, getting trigger happy, and then shoot my dog. So I just
TR don't support black women for nothing. I have a dog.
My dog is
Yeah, I don't want to hear no positive black woman shit from you ever again. I have a dog is a fucked up response. This black woman about to die.
Is she a black woman or is she a cop?
Oh damn! All right, Bill Duke in the fucking in the diners. Like, nope.
Are you a cop?
I mean, I would help Nefessa Williams from Black Lightning, who's in this movie, if she was running because she's not wearing a cop uniform.
Now, what if Naomi Harris was a plainclothes cop, but like you knew she was a cop, but she had like she had a Gucci belt on.
Why was she in plain clothes?
Oh, you don't trust
because
her.
She's a narc.
She need help.
Why she get shot?
Yeah, you got a lot of questions, yo. The police are already outside shooting, yo. Like, she gonna die.
I don't know, man.
I think I hear my dog calling me.
Like what? What was that?
Rough.
I mean, are y'all helping? Y'all letting her in your house?
I have a dog as well. Like I don't know.
I got a ring. I don't answer the door.
Oh damn! You fucking. This 4K video tells me not to come to the door.
I'm on the 4th floor, and you got a buzz in my fucking apartment. So it'll be way too much work. Like, who was it? Who was this?
You just come over to the balcony. Nah, don't worry about it.
Actually, you know what? Terrence brings up a good point. You can't really get to my apartment without going up an elevator, walking down a hallway, buzzing in, all this other stuff. So it's pretty hard to get into my apartment. So I don't know.
That's a lot
So
of work.
what if somehow she got
at that point? I feel like they would be like,
how would she
get in here? Where's your key card?
Get at it.
There are dozens of other apartments before you get to mine, and that's on purpose.
Oh, that black woman looking for help. That black woman looking for help, and all you can provide is who'd you vote for? Oh shit! What trade policy do you support? Tariffs? Boom! Slam the door.
So she's looking for help in all the wrong places, and she's running, and all of a sudden she sees a cop car, and she's like, "Oh, these cops are chasing me. I better go out to these cops." Right? Like that's a really good assumption.
Yeah.
And it turns out she was wrong. So she's like, "Hey, I need help. Some cops are shooting at me," and one of the cops. She's like, come on in. And meanwhile, the other cop in the car is like, "Hey, we found little nigga Rita, as Jay would call her. Don't worry, we'll bring her
It's
in."
not the word.
Yeah, it's like margarita with an N on it, right?
Yeah,
nigga
Rita. And she has the radio on because none of these cops thought it would be good to switch channels, right?
Like, they ain't thinking that.
Like everybody knows, channel 2 is the corrupt cop channel to switch to, but they all on the same channel. So she's like, "Nope, I'm out of here." And then she runs, and for some reason, these dudes can't catch a wounded black woman on foot while they're in a car. And she got away. And
she disappears like she's a ghost. And I'm like, where do you think she would have gone? Like she didn't just dematerialize and just disappear. She's somewhere in this area, and they was like, we can't find her.
Well, it sounds like police work to me, Terrence. I don't know about you.
That's all we can do. Sorry, guys. You got it.
I was like, how the fuck did you not find her? She's sitting under the steps. Like, check a trash can. Steps.
I mean, like, I don't know why he could have just like
ridiculous.
He could just squat it down and he would have seen her because she was also making herself like no. I was like, girl, get behind the stairs.
Yeah, I laid flat through dirt on myself or something. Like, the fuck? She was just sitting there like...
I feel like if this were a better movie,
plain clothes.
If this were a better movie, like we would have seen her kind of get into her military bag and be like,
"Yeah,
man, I graduated with honors for a reason because I killed people, like real people."
That's a good point. Like that is a missed opportunity to show, like some flashbacks of like using her military training, and also like maybe you could have shown like the difference in connection between other soldiers and cops or some shit like that. Yeah, there's that's a very good point. Like I watched a bit of. I will finish it because
I already finished it. I know exactly what you're saying. I finished it.
G20, right?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I think I'm 25 minutes into it. Okay. At some point, you know what? Why the fuck not? But they try to tie in like, oh, she was in fucking Fallujah or whatever. That's why she can do this shit. I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm not buying it, but like, why is Viola Davis's like arm so fucking jacked in this movie? Is like kind of crazy.
She was like, I ain't work out for nothing. The fuck, you gonna see me going.
Look, she looked great. So Yeah, that movie's ridiculous. Oh, I just saw that picture you sent, Terrence. That's ridiculous. That nigga, you need to stop with this beard. Like, Tyrese, you gotta calm down.
I think that was like hair and makeup that did that, because there's no way that's a real makeup.
They look like they put his beard on with a fucking paint roller on the side of his head. He looks fucking stupid.
That movie 1992 came out last year, late last year, I think.
Yeah,
or early this year.
I've not heard whether that's good or not. I have no idea.
Yeah, not that bad. I just saw a clip from it and I saw that nigga's face. I was like, yo, come on. What the fuck is going on with this?
You know better than this. So she hides. She eventually runs away from that cop. She gets to Tyrese or Mouse's convenience store. And she comes out of hiding, and he had heard some noise in the back of the store, so he had pressed the silent alarm.
He hit the silent alarm, yeah.
Right. And look, to black people's credit, in a weird way, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. She was thirsty, so the second she came out of hiding, she drank some 7-Up. Black people like Sprite. I feel like this is a very missed opportunity. Like, we like Sprite. Come on, man.
Probably couldn't afford it.
Oh, yeah, because that's a Coca-Cola product, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 7-Up is Pepsi.
Nobody gives a fuck about Pepsi.
Nah, they gave that shit away for free. They were like,
right.
Please put it in your movie, for the love of God. No one's drinking our garbage swill. So she's trying to make a plea to Tyrese's character, like, hey, I need help. These cops, they shot me. They're corrupt. Like, something. Please, I'm just let me stay here so I can call my partner. He's like, all right, I guess. And so she calls her partner, Kevin, and Kevin's like, oh, all right, like, I'll come down and help you. Like, oh shit, like, I can't believe this is happening. So she calls him. Then one of these corrupt cops makes it to the store, and he thought, like, Tyrese is like, oh yeah, I'm the one who called you. Like, don't come in here, fucking guns blazing type of shit. And so she's hiding out in the store. They, again, are really bad at being
yeah,
cops.
because if she I couldn't. I guess we are seeing her reflection.
I think
that she's hiding.
Stealing.
Yeah, but that if you could see the woman's reflection, then
they can.
Right, like, she's not really hiding well. It's a weird I get they're trying to be like clever with their shots, and I can appreciate the effort. I would have rather just cut to like a cramped location that makes sense, right? Like that she's actually hiding, as opposed to just laying by some milk crates.
Right, in plain view.
Right.
Like, oh, she's right. Oh, she's right there. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it's not that. So the cops, they look up his ID, and they're like, oh yeah, see, you didn't do anything. And then the cops are just kind of pieces of shit, right? And they're like, all right, we're gonna leave, and we're just gonna be dirtbags to you. They leave. Naomi Harris comes right back out. I think she super glues her bullet wound together, proving once again that she was in the military and tough as shit.
Yeah, even Tyrese, who is always playing the audience surrogate in every movie, is like, she's like, really? You got some bandages? Like, oh no. Well, first of all, what the fuck kind of convenience store is this? You ain't got a Band-Aid, And second of all, but you got glue? Okay.
Super glue.
And he's like, you gonna glue it? She's like, yeah. Like, huh? Okay.
Yeah. That worked?
What I appreciate, you know what else I appreciate about Tyrese's character is that he ain't no Superman, and he not trying to be, right?
Yeah.
He just
a dude be involved in this shit at all.
Right. Like when the cop had him handcuffed while he was in the store and pulled the gun out on him, you could see a tear come down his eye, down his face. You know what I mean? Because
he's scared.
Yeah, he's scared, man. Like, I don't want no part of this. Like any other movie, and he's deferring to a woman, and for some dudes that's a problem. And like this character is like, nah, yo, I don't want none of this shit.
You want the fucking Fallujah, right? You want the Fallujah. Right, I'm standing behind you. Go forward.
Exactly. So like, I will give this movie a little bit of credit for showing a tough woman and not like copping out. No pun intended. You know what I mean? Where Tyrese got to be the one to save the fucking day in like a traditional like action hero way.
Yeah, he doesn't ever. The only time he actually has to kill somebody is to save himself. It's not to save anybody else. So, and actually, I mean, you could make the argument that she gets saved by a woman at the end. She gets saved by Missy. So, spoiler alert for this very important movie. So yeah, after they decide to super glue her wounds together, he gives her some like more like kind of regular clothes. Again, like she's got like a hoodie on, but like she still has her like uniform shirt on. I'm like, take that shit off. Take that shit off. I don't understand it. You got, well, I mean, maybe in a different context. Last time I saw her in a sexy context, she was sleeping with a person who I vehemently disapproved of when that was reviewed. I was like, him?
And who was that?
That was in the movie Black Bag. It's a very good movie.
It was Regé-Jean Page. It was Regé-Jean Page.
Oh yeah, okay. So
yeah,
it was a movie because
gross. Oh, is that true?
I mean,
Bridgerton.
I believe it.
That's a goddamn.
I think he's biracial, right?
Hey,
I think he's biracial, and he's from Britain. Nope.
Oh, damn, Regé-Jean.
I think Mike Coulter is the same. You know,
yes, he is.
He looks it though. He
does.
He's got a vibe.
You know. He's got like, you know how we say certain white women have interracial porn face? Like he's got interracial.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen what y'all should see what his wife looks like?
Shit. I don't know what his wife looks like, but I can already see it. I just know. Let me guess.
Describe it to me.
Thin, mousy, probably blonde white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She's probably like my height, actually.
Yeah. Niggas be knowing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. What's the Dr. Umar line? No snow bunnies, or like snow bunnies
never.
Black
queens forever.
Snow bunnies never.
No bunnies
Black
never.
queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. You have to say it 3 times. It doesn't count.
He's such a fucking weird dude, man. He really is. And niggas take him seriously, which is a real problem. They really shouldn't.
Okay, well, I see this is his wife. Huh. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, she's pretty.
It's just that I don't even need to see. I don't even need to see.
You just know.
I already know.
I will say this.
Kind of nailed it.
You're like, yeah, you did.
Let me see. Hold on, because I honestly don't know what his wife looks like. I really don't. And look, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, of course. I will say this. I did meet Mike Coulter like years ago.
Okay, there you go.
What was it? It was at Rhode Island Comic Con. He was super sweet, and his hands are huge. And he does look you straight in the eye.
You gotta relax.
And he holds your hand. So I would just say that.
Look, like I said, I don't have a beef with Mike Coulter.
No.
Just stop playing nigger roles, yo. Like, stop playing like
they're not for you.
Like roles. Like, you just like, he's a fine actor. He's not that good. He's not.
If he's gonna play, he should be like the like a federal agent in like an action movie that's like super straight laced and has to make the hard decision.
He's the perfect straight man in a buddy cop.
Right. I was just gonna say, if you put him up with like, who's like who could like really turn it on, like as the sort of, even like he'd be a really good Murtaugh to somebody's Riggs. Like I feel like he could pull.
You put him next to a racist Australian. I'm gonna see that.
I mean, look, I'm not saying he's a racist. I don't think that he is. But if Chris Hemsworth wants to play a racist Riggs, if they want to reboot Lethal Weapon, I'd see it. Sure, why not?
Nigga, make Extraction 3 a backdoor Lethal Weapon reboot.
That's not bad. I'm not mad at
Yeah.
that. Yeah, then he joins the police force after all the crazy shit he's seen, right? Yeah, he's like
Let's see it.
Yeah, I would. Fuck it, why not? I've seen worse. So back to this movie. So she meets up with Kevin. Kevin shows up in the hood, and he's like, "Hey, like what the fuck's going on?" And she's like, "All right, so fucking Frank Grillo is doing his Frank Grillo shit. He's shooting people. It's just crazy." And he's like, "Yeah, you should definitely not report it because you know X, Y, and Z." And he's giving all these details, and she's like,
You don't want to be a rat.
"Yeah," and she's like, "I didn't tell you any of that shit." Like, he's like, "No, I'm sure you mentioned it," which is like the most classic thing they do in movies. Like, "No, I didn't mention it. You must be corrupt." And then she opens the glove box, and he's got a gun in it. And she's like, "Aha!" But I'm like, he's a cop. Like, I don't know how that's really a aha moment. Like, I didn't think, like, it was a weird fucking thing. Like, you have a gun. Yeah, I have a gun.
Exactly.
Like, I'm a police officer. It's what we do here. But she grabs the gun and she pulls it out. And she's like, "Pull over, motherfucker." And he's like, "All right, sorry, my bad." And like they fucking get into it, and like she punches him, I think. And
Yeah.
and another cop car pulls up behind them, and they're fighting. She's beating shit out of him again, military training. And the cop car pulls up behind. They know this is Kevin's truck because they're like, "Why is he pulled over like that?"
Yeah.
They just start firing into the fucking truck. That's their boy.
Crazy.
They were just like, "Yeah, boom, 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 Kevin's expendable." And they just start firing shots into the back of the truck. She eventually subdues him and handcuffs him to the steering wheel. And he's like, "If you run, I can't help you." I'm like, "Nigga, y'all just got into a fist fight 2 seconds ago." And she escaped you and the other corrupt cops that she's around. So, like, I didn't really understand his argument. Mouse is headed home. He goes home, and Alicia's there again, wearing a hoodie with her police uniform with the fucking lapels floating in the wind out in the most obvious shit ever. And she's like, "I need your help. You in the shit with me. You know, they're tied to you and all this other shit." And so she's at his apartment trying to hide out. Meanwhile, the son of her old friend sees that she's there, right? And so he's like, "Hey, I remember you. You're that cop from earlier." He's like, "All right, well, this is foreboding. I wonder what'll happen." It's 51 minutes into the movie, and then we finally get to see Mike Coulter's character. For some reason, the chief of police shows up at the shooting that happened what feels like 9 years ago in the movie. She shows up to find out, like, "Hey, what's going on?" And so they're like, "All right, Liz Thickpin, this is what this is what happened in the movie." So they're like, "All right, the rookie cop Alicia West, she shot these black men. She got trigger happy, and then she ran off, and she's in the wind." And so all this is going on. She's like, "You better figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm out of here, gumshoes." And so she fucking leaves, and Mike Coulter shows up. Mike Coulter is not a police officer. Mike Coulter is a gang member, the head of a gang.
Gangster.
Right. He shows up, and he just walks into a fucking crime scene. And they're like, "Hey, you can't go in here."
Let him in. It's like, that's not how cops work. Even if you are corrupt, you don't just let that nigga walk in to a crime scene.
And then the whole time they're like, "Hey, don't touch nothing. Don't fuck up the crime scene." Nigga, him walking in is fucking up the crime scene. What are we talking about right now?
You see your brother at the morgue.
He got out the car looking like a slim Rick Ross. I lost it, yo. Like, what are we doing here, yo? What are we doing? Like, come on, man.
I was like, I can't take this serious. Like, is this a joke?
I don't understand this. I know that when you're a gangster and you got swag, you're supposed to be very fucking cool, right? I get that. He is not, which is fine. It's raining, and this nigga is wearing his fur coat. That's gonna get fucked up, right? Even a gangster knows that, right? You don't wear suede and shit out in the rain. So he's wearing a fur coat, a leather.
Is it raining? Coat. Because every actor is bone fucking dry,
except for Frank Grillo, who is somehow wet, and everyone else. Yeah, it's very weird, right? It's raining, it's windy, it's overcast, and this nigga still has on sunglasses. I don't understand it. Like, none of this shit makes any sense. He is not dressed for this scene whatsoever. This nigga is dressed like he's going to a cold night in Miami, I guess. So again, they let him into the crime scene, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, clearly Frank Grillo's character and this character, they have history, right? Like, they are well aware of each other's situation as corrupt individuals." And he goes over to Mike Coulter and he's like, "Yeah, the 69 gang or whatever, they must have killed your nephew." And he's like, "But to be honest, it was a cop." Like, okay. And Mike Coulter's question is correct. Why are you telling me this? Like, this feels weird. And so he's like, "Yeah, well, you could kill her basically if you want to." He's like, "All right, bet. Give me all of her info," which is definitely what a gangster would say. Like, "Give me all of her info." Like, do you have a dossier? Like, who are these criminals? Like, they're very weird, very strange.
I, much like Mike Coulter, am not a hood nigga, so y'all known hood niggas will have to explain to me why he has
Who the fuck are you talking
grills on the front 4 teeth, but none of the rest of them.
Maybe he has a dentist issues.
That's literally just like, what's the
isn't it usually like either all top or all bottom or both?
No,
like, why
Grandpa,
is it just,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Why is it
all
just
gold teeth?
Why is it just those these 4?
Because it looked cool, I'm told.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. At least not on Mike Coulter, yo. Like,
no, it don't. Look, if you have gold teeth, like, it don't look cool on nobody, yo. Like,
what year is it?
It just looks like your teeth are yellow.
Right? Is it 1987?
Yeah, gold teeth is a wild choice, yo. Like today, like in today's America, like, niggas are getting gold teeth. That is a wild choice. Also, it's really bad for your teeth. Just a side note. So
like titanium teeth, like Kanye.
I thought you was about to say
he's got
Jaws.
Yeah,
in that James Bond movie.
He's got like those teeth. He doesn't have teeth anymore, right? Or are those just covers that he put on his teeth?
they might be covers.
Because he
I
just
hope that. Well,
I don't give a fuck. That nigga
like
wore a Klan outfit. I hope all his teeth fall out of his fucking head. I don't give a shit. Fuck Kanye West. Nigga needs help. So we find out, like, we see all the corrupt cops. Fucking Jersey corrupt. Kevin corrupt. Frank Grillo corrupt. And Black corrupt. They're all together. And they're all looking over her file, right? Her dossier, trying to figure out anything about her. And he's like, "Do you know anything?" He's like, "No, even though I'm her partner, I don't know anything about it." He's like, Does she have a boyfriend? Who's she fucking? Like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right. Like, bro, I really don't know.
I'm like, what kind of question is that?
Like,
what?
Like, as a black woman, she doesn't really share a lot with me. I'm sorry. She's got a dog? I don't know. So Naomi Harris, she eventually decides to take a little nappy nap at Tyrese's apartment. To make sure that she's still safe, she's wearing her bulletproof vest, which I think is just fucking hilarious. You're asleep. Like, just get up and just shoot you in the head. Like, you're not protected by wearing a vest. If anything, just put it over your face. Like, maybe that will give you an ounce of protection. It's just very strange. Eventually, the cops go back to the convenience store. They see that Mouse actually was hiding Alicia out, so they know that, so they go after him. the little kid from earlier sees all the information about like that's being texted around about how Alicia killed their cousin Zero, the guy that Frank Grillo killed. And so he walks up to her and points a gun at her. And of course she wakes up immediately when she hears the gun clocked. And then Tyrese gets the gun away from her or away from the kid and shows him like, oh, see on the phone, it says that she killed our friends. And kids will believe anything because they're stupid. I mean, they will. That's just the way it is. Then the cops, they come to Tyrese's building and she's like, nigga, we in it together. We got to get out of here together. And he's like, I don't want to leave. I'm like, all right, well, there's a bunch of corrupt cops with shotguns outside, so pick your poison. So he's like, all right, bet, let's get the fuck out of here. The cops break in, they fucking storm into the building. Some gang members who are also, I guess, associated with Mike Coulter's crew, they see her, and so they have a bounty out for her, and so they start shooting at her and Mouse in the alleyway, and she goes into fucking G.I. Jane mode and fucking starts like shooting every dude within a 5-mile radius, which is dope because I mean, I guess you gotta. Tyrese grabs a guy, beats him up.
Find it weird that you can kill those criminals, but you can't kill those fucking cops, huh? Those criminal cops that are trying to kill you.
Yeah, she doesn't want to
have the evidence.
Yeah, just shoot them. Just shoot them. Get a gun and shoot them. But she doesn't. Mouse saves himself. Like he quote unquote technically saved her by grabbing a guy with a shotgun. And he like wrestles him, and then he ends up shooting the guy with his own shotgun, as you do. But he was mostly saving himself because that guy was like fighting him. So there you go. That's his big Superman moment, which I'm not mad at. Eventually, the gangsters they grab up Mouse on the road, and they start. Mike Coulter's character starts kind of like torturing him, like not torturing him, just like doing like a Palestinian hanging, right? He's got him like hung up by his arms and just punching the shit out.
Nigga, is that what it's called?
Yeah, like except they like raise you up off the ground in a Palestinian hanging. Yeah, just break your fucking arms.
Well.
And then
okay.
God damn. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the show. I just didn't know that was. I thought you were being racist.
I wasn't just being a racist. That's what it's called, right? Or like a what is it? A Mexican necktie, right? That's a thing too. Just fucked up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can watch the first season of Reacher, and they show it, which is fucking disgusting. Not a thing you want to happen. Then Mike Coulter does that weird scene where he looks like he's about to have sex with Tyrese against his will as he's walking around the corner. It's bizarre. No thanks. That's at 109.
Yo, that's 19. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. You're never going to get that thought out of your head when you see it. You're never going to get that thought. He's like, yeah, you ready, big boy? Like, no, nigga, I'm not. Yeah. It's the scene from
fucking like Tyrese, and he's all like, yo, come on, man. Come on. Yo.
It's gross. That scene is just really off-putting. Yeah, so instead of violating him in that way, he just continues to punch him in the stomach, which, fair enough. Naomi Harris,
such a bizarre shot. Like, for what?
Right.
Like, you
could way too long, and it was wildly unnecessary.
But like, you could have just walked around the corner, and you could have had it like not with his face like being made like that. Just you could have done the slow motion with him just like walking and just like kind of this terrifying kind of thing if you play the music right or whatever. But having him look at the camera like that is just like, you're skeeving me out, man. Like you're making me real fucking uncomfortable.
You could have been doing anything else with that. Like, you could have been taping up his hands. Like, I'm about to fuck this nigga's rib cage all the way up.
Right. You could have had him like holding a knife or like a machete or something, like, oh shit, he's gonna like fucking stab him or some shit like that. Any of that. But he walks up to him in this very homoerotic way and then just punches him. It's just super homoerotic. It just is. So Alicia remembers that her partner or former partner said, "Hey, they don't really come down to that area unless a cop is in trouble." So she starts walking down in this area, in that apartment complex, and she takes off her sweatshirt, and she's got her police badge or her police vest showing, everything else, and so she's hoping that my culture will his crew will respond, and they do. They grab her up and bring her upstairs. And he doesn't wait too long to have a conversation. The second she walks in, he's like rabbit, and he just like grabs her and starts like slamming her around. Again, him trying to be like this is very weird to me. Because he's got the grills on, and he's like like he looks like a dork. Like he doesn't look.
I think this is when he reminded me of what's his name?
Dr. Umar?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really weird. He shouldn't be. He's treating her like she's a snow bunny, which obviously never. Yeah, he looks really fucking weird in this scene, man. He looks really strange. Like at what is this? About like 1:14.
He really does look like Dr. Umar. He's like when he turns, because Dr. Umar is not bald, so when it's just showing like this part, yeah, he looks just like that nigga right there.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very weird. This entire scene is very strange. So yeah, he throws her in the bathtub. They try to, again, this is a very Training Day fucking moment. Again, you cannot copy that scene. It's just too good. Also, pushing a guy in a bathtub with a shotgun on his face has a bit of a more visceral feel than just pushing someone in the bathtub and holding a gun at a distance. It's not the same. So she's like, "I didn't kill your cousin fucking Zero or whatever, your nephew." And she's like, "I can prove it. I got body cam footage." And I feel like them niggas would have just not listened. Like in reality. Like this whole scene is weird. Like here's the footage. Okay, they get the camera and they get the data and it's encrypted, but then suddenly I guess the nephew's a hacker or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because the nephew plays video games, so
it's like you figure it.
Play video games all day. Micah, you play video games all day. You decrypting fucking police files? I mean, you're a computer genius.
I did.
Play video games?
Both.
Yeah, okay. All right. Just checking.
Really good.
Because you never know.
Really good. I had to get my wife to help me, and we shared the keyboard, and we did double hacking.
Yes. That's one of the most infuriating scenes I've ever seen in a television show. Not how computers work. That was NCIS, like, where they had two people typing on the same keyboard at the same time. And they said, "We're doing double."
Right. Double hacking.
It was like, someone is doing this to troll.
Wildly cumbersome. Like you can't do that.
Yo, I need the A key, my nigga, for this command, but I'm using it.
It's like move your thumb. Like what the fuck? Okay.
We're working together. So they don't kill her. Right, they're like, all right. So you say you got this camera footage. All right, so we're gonna get the camera footage. We're gonna let you live. Then Missy comes in and she's like, "Yeah, bitch, where you been? Like, you left us. You left me for dead in the hood. Fuck you. I hope my cousin kills you." It's like, or my man, or whoever the fuck it is to her. They take the camera to the local video game player, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I was playing Rocket League. I guess I'll decrypt whatever you need." And eventually, like, all the cops are like, they're coming to under the guise of saving Alicia at this apartment complex. They're in full fucking SWAT gear, and because she's in trouble, as it's been reported. But in actuality, most of these guys are there just to straight up murder her. Right. Alicia asked to see Mouse to make sure he's okay. They let her see him. Everything is fine. They figure out how to get into the camera. They decrypt it. They watch the footage, and now my culture is pissed because he sees Frank Grillo kill his nephew or cousin or whatever. And at that time, immediately the cops storm into the house, and it's like Fallujah again. They are just fucking firing automatic weapons. My Coulter is, Alicia is, and eventually Coulter and Grillo, they get into a close quarters fight, and it's one of the dumbest fights I've ever seen. It is just dumb.
Weird stage, weird setup, weird, like everything about it is just odd.
It makes no sense.
They're talking while they're doing it. It's not a very interesting fight scene. You can't really see anything. There's a big ass riot shield in the way.
Which like they're using the riot shield.
Palm his face.
He was trying to mush his face.
Yeah, like
okay.
Like that's how my 2-year-old fights. You know what I mean? Like just trying to like, yeah, like all right, man.
Trying to give him the mandible claw. Like what are you doing? Like this is not gonna work. So yeah, Frank Grillo just shoots Mike Coulter in the stomach because of course. Eventually, fucking Jersey corrupt cop, he shows up, proceeds to beat the brakes off of Tyrese and Alicia there for a minute. And eventually Alicia, with her military training, forces that guy to self-deport from this mortal coil. Which was a pretty decent death.
This happened after the after that Smitty is the cop's name. After he kills the Bill Duke looking dude, Deacon. Deacon gets killed by a white man.
That checks
in
out.
New Orleans. So be cool, bro.
Yeah. Just go by your other name. You'll probably be fine. Whatever your real name is. Who even knows anymore?
I legitimately don't know.
I don't know.
I legitimately don't know.
I don't know either.
It's Randall. So eventually, after she kills that Smitty dude, her and Tyrese, they go off into this apartment, and he's like, listen, they're looking for a black female cop, right? Like that is who they're looking for. Why don't you give me the camera? I'll sneak out of here with like the police shit on, and I'll sneak back to the precinct, and I'll put the camera on the fucking upload device. And she's like, all right, this is a great idea. It's not a good idea. And I'll tell you why. Because you can't just walk into a police station. Like, I don't think that's how it works. Don't you have like a key fob or some shit?
But he's got the jacket on. So he's a cop.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's it.
This is some video game ass logic, yo. This some video game ass logic.
Yeah, Hitman, right. Like just put on a different uniform. You're a waiter now. Like you did not work here 10 minutes ago.
You're a 6'2" bald white guy with a barcode tattooed on the back of his head, but you're a waiter now. All right.
It's perfectly fine.
No one noticed.
Yeah, I was like, how is this going to work? Who's he getting past? Like, well, I guess since the SWAT team is out on assignment, no one's going to notice him walking into
there's a lot of people.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, there's a lot of cops missing from the precinct. I guess it was all hands on deck.
Also,
which, again, I don't
Tyrese's character says, I can upload it to the mainframe, but I don't know how to do that. But then he does it.
Well, he says, no, he says, you're going to have to tell me exactly what to do. I don't understand computers.
Yeah, but then when he gets to the computer, he was typing at like 90 words a minute. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, well,
it's weird, yo. It's
I
weird.
Guess.
It's weird.
Well, he learned a lot, nigga. Like, stop hating on him.
This movie is trying to. This movie, look. This movie is yada yada-ing its way to the end. Yo.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I feel like another thing they could have just done if it would have made more sense to me if they had taken that body cam and been like posting on social media. So, because the cops are in on it, so it needs to go out to the public. Since they were able to kind of put out, because remember they put out her face out there for everybody to see, and I'm like, why not just, you have the evidence, just be like, bitch, I'm innocent, just post the video.
Yeah, like it was really weird because the kid who plays the video games, right? Obviously the computer genius, he was like, we got to send this out to everybody. But why didn't you though? Like, follow through, nigga. Like,
they didn't have enough time because the cops came busting in.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right. Well, they should have thought of that.
Yeah,
put that shit up on YouTube immediately. It's not even that long. It'll take mere seconds to upload. So Tyrese eventually gets to the police station with little to no resistance, and he goes in and he starts uploading the footage from the camera, the body cam, up to the mainframe, as it were. So Frank Grillo eventually starts fighting. He finds Alicia. They start fighting. It ends up out in the street because she straight up runs at him full blast like the black dude in fucking Get Out in the middle of the night. She runs full blast at this dude and knocks him off the balcony and onto a cop car. Okay. That is some interesting body weight mechanics, but all right.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, again, she's a soldier. Like, sure. They end up on a car. They start fighting in the street, and she does something that I thought was very, very therapeutic for me, is a black woman beating a white man with a metal rod.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
Is there a way to make that sound of my ringtone on my phone? I loved it. It's my favorite scene.
She beat the shit out of this thing. I'm like, he shouldn't be moving after this. I know he's got a bulletproof vest
really
on.
Shouldn't get him.
But she was wailing on this man.
Yeah, like, to the point where people were like watching. They're like, "Ooh, damn!" It's like they're recording. Like, "Ooh, goddamn." Also, I need. If this ever happens to you in real life, and you are a black woman, and you have been attacked by a white man, and you are defending yourself, and you find yourself in possession of a rod, I need you to do what she did, but I need you to aim for the head. That's a surefire way to keep him down. Okay, you don't just hit him in the back. You're being too nice. Hit him in the back of the head. Just once. I mean, more than once.
Yeah, that one good. That's a concussion. He ain't going to be able to kick you in your chest.
She didn't want to take a life. She put bullets in them niggas fucking 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Good Samaritan. Get out of here.
Yeah, she fucking did that shit up close and personal, yo. Like,
boom, boom, boom. Right. But yeah, you gotta aim for the back of the head at least once. If not, if you don't want to do that, you don't want to get brain damage. I don't see why not. But if you don't want to do that, hit him in the knees, man. Look, make sure he can't get up to walk. It is a very, very effective place to aim. So
I'm for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I loved it. She beat the shit out of him with that rod. It was awesome. Then he tries to get his gun. Missy gets the gun and she was like, not so fast, motherfucker. And women are doing it. Sisters are doing it for themselves. He eventually he staggers up to his feet. He's bleeding out of the mouth, which is always a good sign that the villain is about to come to his end. She gets the gun from Missy. She's got it trained on him, and then all of these SWAT guys who don't know what the fuck is going on, they all start aiming their guns at her and putting the little red lights on her. Proving that she is going to die if she does not put the gun down. And he basically gives a speech like, yeah, see what happens? Like, you ain't doing shit. You ain't changing nothing. Get the fuck out of here. And then, luckily, the police chief, for some reason, gets an update on her computer.
Yeah, how does this work?
Videos. From their
like the second fucking body cam footage is uploaded, she gets a fucking email. Is that how that works?
Right, and then it just starts playing.
Time it happens,
and it just starts playing. And she's like,
"I got a new email.
I better check it out."
This is.
And so she watches the video, and it is, of course, the video of Frank Grillo killing the guys earlier in the movie. And so she calls in at the last minute. She's like, listen up, local police officers. Alicia West is innocent. She didn't do anything. And all the cops and she's like, stand down. And all the cops are like, okay, I guess we'll stand down.
How did the police chief know that Alicia was
about to get shot?
Accused of, yeah. Or not even about to get shot, but like, I thought they were sending the SWAT team to save her. So what is she talking about? She's innocent.
Well, she thought, because remember Frank Grillo's character earlier said that she got trigger happy.
Oh, she got trigger happy. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
And so that
why were they so why were they going under the guise of we got to save? Were they going under the guise of we have to save Alicia? Or were they going there to be like, oh, Alicia's there and she killed a criminal informant. Let's send a SWAT team down there to go pick her up.
I think it was more a cop is in trouble. I don't know that they knew it was her necessarily. I don't know. They didn't really make that clear. Eventually, Frank Grillo gets shot like out of nowhere, and everyone's like, "Oh shit! Like, who did it?" And it turns out it was Kevin trying to redeem himself as the white man coming in after fucking up in the beginning of the story, pretending to be your friend, fucking up royally behind your back and screwing you. But at the end, just after you've gone through all the hell for 4 years, here comes a white man to save you in the end. And
Jay, Kevin did that moment. He had the moment where he was looking at his locker. He was looking at the photos of his kids, and then he turned around and looked at Alicia's locker, which had Scotch tape on it. Whereas everyone else's had a more permanent name tag, which should have shown you that he was going to end up being a good guy.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm a real fan of the white knight at the end for fucking you over. Cool, man. Good. And so they arrest him, and maybe Kevin will go to jail. I don't know. Frank Grillo doesn't die, which I think is a shame. He just gets shot, and then they take him to jail. I would have preferred
he gets to pay for his. Now he gets to pay for his crimes. Pay for his crime.
Yeah.
Right.
I did. I thought.
I wanted that nigga. Like, if I'm being honest,
I thought her speech about like, I'm a person. He's a person. We're all people. I don't have to choose. I'm like, but God.
Yeah. That. Okay. You know what?
They're kind of making you choose, though. They're kind of making you choose. Though.
Yeah, but you did choose because you shot two gang members. Again, 15 minutes early in the movie, you chose. Like, you chose to eliminate.
And also, like, I mean, like, you kind of did choose because, as you can see, how people react to you in your neighborhood, they don't trust you. No. They say you're black, but they see you wear a badge, so you are kind of choosing.
I mean, okay, so. This is the end of the movie. By the way, I'm sorry. The end of the movie is she jogs up to her mother's grave again and changes the flowers. Very important to the entire story, obviously. Fucking bookends.
Yeah, they're called bookends, Jay.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's actually her mother. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe she just goes and hangs out in the fucking cemetery. I don't know. She may be a weirdo. Who knows? So the idea of being a cop and being black. And sort of playing against those two things. I don't want to say that I think black people shouldn't be cops because that feels probably stupid to say. I think it's kind of like, but if you're gonna be a black cop, could you not forget that you're black? Like you don't have to like. I feel like black cops are like overly harsh on black people. To prove their copness in a weird way, instead of just like using your blackness. And I'm not saying all cops, but all cops, right? I'm over being like nuanced about it. Fuck them. But like at a certain point, you should be using your blackness as a way to understand the people that you police. And instead, I think the vast majority of the time, it is a way to just like beat up on these people who you think should be doing better because you're quote unquote. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think black people should be cops, but like, stop trusting white people, I guess maybe is my argument. Like, they're not your friends either. Yo. Like, they weren't your friends yesterday, and just because you wear the same uniform doesn't mean they're your friends now. It's like a fraternity, right? The people treat you like dog shit, and then you're best friends. Like, that's not how that works. Like,
you become best friends first, then you treat your friends like dog shit.
Duh. Like, what the fuck?
Of course.
That is how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I mean,
where are you all on the abolitionist argument?
What, getting rid of police altogether?
Completely?
Yeah.
No, that's fucking dumb. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense at all.
I just don't understand how it would work.
I hate hearing liberals.
I don't understand how it would work.
It wouldn't.
It sounds good on paper, right? To you, to like a super lib, right? It sounds good on paper. Oh, we just get rid of the cops and we like create better services. So like if people have mental health issues and we get them, some niggas need to go to jail. Right. You know what I'm saying?
This can be an and with. It doesn't need to be an either or.
Like, well, it's their products of their environment. I understand that, but there are a lot of people that grew up in those same environments that didn't end up just murdering people.
Right.
But here's the thing: whenever you bring up very real crimes that happen to people, the argument against that is usually like, well, this current system isn't doing much about those people right now, and my thought about that is always like, but what is your solution? I mean, I know there's like, I know there's like restorative justice and like,
which is
trying to get people back into society, but we're not talking about those people who we think can be rehabilitated back into society, and they know we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people who just do not give a fuck and are okay with terrorizing people and terrorizing communities.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. What is it? Richard Pryor has that one joke. I forget which one. It might be on Sunset Strip where he's like, he went and visited the penitentiaries. And Terrence, you probably know this joke. And he's like, yeah, there's all these brothers in there, like, it's kind of sad. I went and talked to him and everything else. He goes, you know what I realized? Thank God for penitentiary. Some of these niggas need to be there. It's like, yo, some people do. Like, some of these motherfuckers are crazy.
And we just need cops to do their job.
Help.
We just need cops to just not be assholes. Do your job. Treat people, with respect. Don't be so trigger happy. I mean, obviously, none of us are cops, and we don't know every single thing they go through and the very real danger that happens to them and stuff like that. But still, it's just like, just do your job. Do the thing that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, look, when it comes down to the sort of like abolish the police, which is fucking insane to me. I feel like the only people who say that are white people who live in neighborhoods that they never have to deal with police issues. Abolish the police.
No.
Which is crazy.
No.
Okay, nigga.
There's a very busty Bahamian woman who is very much an abolitionist.
Fan of the police.
Yeah,
and understandably so.
Like, I'm not a fan of police.
I just don't understand how it works. That's all.
Well,
I'm dumb.
Like the idea of better services for people dealing with, like, if the police are called right now for somebody who has like mental illness or something like that. I agree.
They're the worst people to call.
Right. Cops are not the people to solve that, right? You need social workers. You need people who are trained in that type of shit. I got no problem with an argument about we need more people to handle that and take that out of police hands. If niggas are robbing a bank, like, what do you want them to do, right? Like, if the shit in heat is going on, you're like, well, I guess we'll call it social workers. That's not the right, like, just like you need the right people for that job, for people who have mental illness to deal with that. Sometimes you need people who are built for situations where there is a fight at a club and a dude is sneaking up in the crowd to shoot somebody. You need a cop, right? You just do. That being said, you need cops to do their job well. Like Tiara said, it's not about let's just keep the system and just keep adding on these other services. No, you need to fix the police system. It is broken. There is no argument about that to me. I wouldn't argue that at all. But you need to fix the system. It's not just about throw the baby out with the bathwater. Fix the system.
Right.
The problem is fixing the system is difficult. So people just go, just get rid of it. Okay. Please, by any means, point to any society that does not have police officers. I would love to hear about it.
I mean, also, like,
Show me one.
You need
Somalia?
cops who are more educated. Wasn't there something that was like
on average, they have a high school graduate degree. That's it. You give these niggas a gun and just go, get out there. Have you met people from your high school? What the fuck?
Yes.
Hell no.
There's a guy I went to middle school with, and even in middle school, we just knew he had problems. Like whenever he got in trouble, like one of the worst tempers. He was like a short white kid, pudgy. His face was always red. And then one time, maybe several years ago, he popped up on my people you may know on Facebook. He's a firefighter in Baltimore now. I think he's in like Dundalk or Middle River or something.
No, that's fine. This nigga crazy enough to run into fires. Good, great. That's a great job for him. Don't give him a gun. Okay,
but I was looking like through his profile. He shoots guns. Like he had guns in his profile. Like I think he I want to say he had like a Punisher thing on there.
Great, go goody.
Goody gun. But it's just like, it's the people, like being a cop. The entry to doesn't seem like it's at the right standards.
The bar's kind of low.
Yeah, because people don't really want to get shot at. Like they don't.
Well,
I don't be shot at.
I mean,
I'm not a cop.
But also we know that cops don't face the consequences that they should be facing when they purposely do something malicious, and it makes it harder to trust them.
Yeah. I mean, we had talked a long time ago. I'm sure these statistics have not changed much at all. But like this idea of like cops getting killed on the job, that's kind of largely a fallacy. Like it really is super rare. It
doesn't happen often.
No, it's super rare. Like again, everybody thinks like cops leave the house and it's like, oh shit, you're rolling the dice like you're fucking Alex Murphy. Like, no, you're probably going to be totally fine. Yeah. But they treat it. They are trained by like those secondary training things where it's like, like it's either you or your wife doesn't have you coming home that night. So you got to shoot first and ask questions later. Like you can't train cops like that. That's fucking horrifying. And that's why they shoot first. And then like somebody's running away from them. They're like, fuck it, shoot them. Right. They like, it's just an immediate response for them. So those kind of things, where they're trained like that shit needs to go away, but they just keep doing it. They don't change anything. And then they wonder why all these cops are killing innocent people. Ironically, they're the trigger happy ones. Right. So no, I don't agree with abolishing the police. I just think there are better ways of sort of handling things. Like they don't have necessarily like beat cops, right? Like you're not like, they don't have them like just walking around type of shit. But they have like the same kind of cops who have like their areas and they're like, they drive around, right? They're like, hey, how's it going? And they talk to you or whatever. Like even if you have that where you're not like the windows rolled up and you're just like leering at people and shit like that. If you at least have people have some connection to police, it's far better. I mean, that's why beat cops were a thing in like the 60s and 70s and even into the 80s. And they used to incentivize, at least in Baltimore, like they would give mortgage discounts if you lived in the areas in the city. Like in Baltimore, like the vast majority, like 70+% of police officers in Baltimore City, they don't live in the city. They have no onus to the city in which they police. So what do you give a fuck if you shoot and destroy everything that's in it? You don't fucking live there. Who cares? You should be required to live in the city.
Yep.
Or there should be a percentage, like it has to be at least 70% of Baltimore City police officers live within the confines of the city. They mostly don't. Yep. So they have no connection to the community. And they basically are there to do what people often say, which is to protect property. And it's true. They are. So look, I don't pretend to have all the fucking answers, but I can tell you this: getting rid of all cops, not a great idea.
I mean, it's
allowing cops to do what they're doing right now, also not a great idea. There's a middle.
I mean, I've seen people say like, we can rely on like just citizens of the community to kind of have these confrontations.
What citizens?
What's it?
Who the fuck are y'all talking about?
Like my answer is no. Like these things require
Absolute power.
I mean, already people are already selfish, probably now more than ever, and aren't as community minded as we probably thought we were before.
Smash cut 35 minutes ago. I have a dog, but go ahead.
Exactly.
You're like,
exactly.
Me? I'm a piece of shit. Go ahead.
Like I have a dog. I can't sit through a training on how to de-escalate situations for things that it's not for me. It's not for me. Which one we should have trained individuals who go to a certain academy and they're held to a standard. They live in that community, and then when they do something fucked up, they go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, you said it about as simple and plain as it can be said. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like you fuck up, or you go to jail. Like that's just. And guess what? They gonna beat the. And you got to go to Gen Pop too. They gonna beat the brakes off of your ass. So stay.
Yeah.
Fucking, fly right. Like, keep your shit on the straight and narrow, man. Like, sorry, cops should be held to a different standard. You should be.
Yep.
It's not fair. Again,
Sorry.
No one forced you to
That's
take
the job
that
it shows.
I think if you choose to be in a job where you're in a position of power and you know that you can make decisions that impact people's lives and
live
you
or die
decide to
decisions, by the way. Live or die.
Yep. And you abuse that power, I think that, you should probably suffer some tougher consequences. I don't know about like being shipped off anywhere, but maybe you can suffer those consequences here, get your due process or whatever.
Due process. D-O process. That's how that nigga thinks it's spelled. I guarantee it.
Due. It's D-W.
Yes, if you're involved with D-E-W. Mountain Dew process. All right. Any other thoughts on Black and Blue before we get out of here?
Sorry.
It should have been called "Fuck the Police."
Yo,
I'm so. Oh, first of all, no one made it.
It should have been called
Fuck the police.
None of us made a Black and Blue pun this whole time.
Because puns are terrible.
No, they're not.
Puns are awful.
That movie was a pun. Yeah. Well.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess whatever.
You guys are mean. Sad.
I need to go walk my dog.
See? That's all you care about. You don't care nothing about these black women suffering, running around in the goddamn neighborhood. See? You don't care. Goddamn shame. All right. That's it for us, guys. We will be back next week with preview episode for episode 281. We'll see you guys next time.
See you.
Hey.
Bye.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.